that one of my followers on YouTube and a lover of the hobby, I've been having a chat with him in one of my videos, especially the new video for the Reecho and Peacock Summer, the new IEM that was launched in collaboration of Reecho and Peacock. So I have been doing a little bit of digging to find out exactly what exactly the IEM would look like when everyone starts getting their hands on, especially in terms of sound, how the graph is in comparison to the spring one that was launched a couple of months back. So one of my followers and viewers just gave me a heads up today, which I'm going to highlight. His name is Tamask. He commented on the Reecho Summer video and he told me exactly what the graph would probably look like. So let's take a look at his comments and we probably have an insight on what we can expect from the new summer IEM from Reecho and Peacock. He says, I got good news, Atmos. The frequency response graph of the summer looks even more balanced than spring, because in that video I alluded to the fact that it could be a little bit of a V shape because of the fact they are using two dynamic driver with no balanced armature. So let's continue. He goes on to say it's not V-shaped at all. It is even more balanced than the spring. Closest equivalent is MoonDrop S8 shape. So spring, that's basically referring to Clinical, because I think Clinical has already graphed it before he made the comment, which I'm going to show you guys the graph. He goes on to say, so spring and summer was basically the difference. Spring has a 3K peak and a lot of post 8K spikes. So it's very vocal forward and detailed. Spring also has a 3 dB more mid-bass, so it's more punchier. Summer is more rounder, MoonDrop tuning should be warmer. Tuning, it should be warmer tuning than his smiles. Tuning basically, mid recession, it's only by 3 dB from 400 Hertz to 1000 kilohertz. This makes it very smooth transition whole way through. In all, if you don't have any MoonDrop, the summer is a good pickup. If you already have the Starfield, it probably be a redundant choice. So let's take a look at the basically what he's saying now. If we go on to look at the graph, let's take a look at the graph here. If we go on to look at the graph, you can see what he's trying to allude to here. He's saying in essence that if you are looking at the graph squarely, it's probably looking as if it's a U-shaped tuning, but it's really not, because there is a little bit of a dip by 3 decibels in the mids. I don't think it will be recessed when it comes out, but this graph looks more U-shaped than the spring that had a very flat frequency response from the mid to the upper mids, and the bass is elevated on the summer, and that's because it's more or less tuned to be fun. This is supposed to be a fun IEM. If we are going by the spikes, you can see it kind of has a bit of a spike around the 1K, dips around 2 to 4K, then peaks around 5 point something to 6K, and then drops off. So technically this model shouldn't really be too bright from the graph. If we're looking at the graph I'm seeing here, it shouldn't be too bright. It should have a very U-shaped Harman like tuning to its signature. It shouldn't really be the, I wouldn't really call it the more kind of like the regular tuning that you get from more renowned brands that tend to follow that Harman target curve without trying to at least give their own sense of how will I put it, their own sense of tuning to it. Basically they just follow a basic principle, and what you get is basically a different IEM in a different shell, but pretty much the same sound with virtually everything on the market. So the new Reecho Summer looks gorgeous. It's gonna be a fantastic IEM. I will get my hands on this model. I didn't get the spring one because I don't really like flat frequency response. Flat frequency sounding IEMs or headphones generally, because they tend to make sound a bit boring. But from what I've seen about the spring, it wasn't really that boring. It's just that it had a little bit of an elevation in the mids and kind of like a little bit elevation in the upper region in the treble as well. So it's a little bit bright, and I don't know if you're really sensitive to bright sounding IEMs, then this may not be for you technically. If you really are not into bright sounding IEMs, this will definitely not be for you. But sorry, the spring will not be for you. I'm not talking about the summer. The summer is tuned to warm slash a little bit of the bass side, so this will be the model for you. Just correcting what I just said. If you do not like brighter sounding IEMs, the Reecho may not be for you. The Reecho spring one will not be for you. Why the summer may be for you? Someone like me, I'll prefer the summer over the spring, as I like the graph that I have seen, and I think this would be more favorable to my needs. And that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure you follow us on social media, subscribe to our channel, like our content, and I'll see you guys next time.